Hi Ed, thank you for your question around injury and sort of cross training and what you may or may not need to do. So just a bit of a context as that when I was injured, I had quite a serious injury. It was a stress fracture. I think it was about 2018. And I had 12 weeks off. So in that time, I wasn't allowed to run, but I did a lot of cycling, either on a static bike or out on a bike on the roads. And I was able to do sort of different types of sessions on the bike, just maybe like you would do on your sort of Tuesday, Thursday nights, like you would do running, but it would sort of be on a timed type session. So you can do potentially if you have a bike or have any access to a bike or a cross trainer or anything like that, just something that's not weight bearing. You could do things like that on the bike. So you could do like a minute on, a minute off, or 2 minutes, 3 minutes, literally anything of ranges of stuff just to keep your heart rate up. I think that's the main thing when you're not able to run, is to try and keep your heart rate up and try and get it as close to you would do when as if you were running. They do say if you did sort of a static cycle, not a session, it would be sort of double what you would do running wise. That can be quite tedious and boring, so I did like to do a lot of sessions on the bike just to keep it up and mix things up. It was sort of less tedious and boring. If you don't have anything like that or access to that, things what you're doing at the moment, sort of the full body workouts, long as it's not load bearing to the injury or causing any pain or discomfort, that's great. I think just trying to keep your heart rate as high as you can and try and replicate that as much as what we would do when we run is ideal and perfect, really. But obviously after my injury, I had 12 weeks out and obviously gradually came back. So that's another point that you made. And yeah, it was very difficult because I had such a long time off. I was having to start very, very basic with like almost like a minute on, like running for a minute, walk for a minute, run for a minute, walk for a minute. And that sort of progressed up to sort of running for 2 minutes and then 5 minutes whilst walking. And obviously, depending on the injury that you have, you could take the same sort of steps on your back to sort of recovery and running, back to full fitness. Otherwise, you could go almost backwards. So I'd recommend sort of starting maybe at 5 minutes and then walking for a bit and then do another 5 minutes and then get up to 10 minutes without stopping, and then 15, then 20. And by that time, you'll notice the progression quite quickly, like I did. And sort of a year on, I had my sort of best cross country year ever after having 12 weeks out, which is sort of weird and crazy to think. And a lot of people said that you must have cross trained really hard, and I did. And I think cross training is a big asset for us, I think, when we can't run, and it's something that you should obviously take quite seriously. And if you don't want to lose your fitness, you'll bounce back a lot quicker, being sort of a lot younger. So you don't need to worry about that. But obviously, everything might now seem a bit doom and gloom and a bit sort of negative with the injury. But I think at the time we're in at the minute, it's sort of perfect. There's not much going on, so you can sort of concentrate on coming back safely. And you can have a great year next year. And once everything's sort of back to normal, we have those races, it'll be good to see how you get on. And yeah, just think positively. I think you can have that good year. I came back and I had my best year ever. And having that time off helped me sort of reset, I think, have that time away. So it is nice. So use this time wisely. You don't get it too often, having that time off. But yeah, any questions about sort of cross training or any sessions that maybe you'd like to try? I have loads from when I was injured, and anything maybe when you're returning to running, don't hesitate to ask as well, or ask Mark. I'll be happy to help or give anything over, like sessions or something like that, or running stuff. So yeah, stay safe. Hope you get better soon. I hope that covers everything that you want to know. And yeah, I hope to see you all very soon.